Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everybody.
So, you know, when I was at school, I learned about one thing. That was hard for me, but it was 1 + 1 = 2. Easy. And then I went business school, and then you learn about 1 + 1 means sometimes 3 and more. Then I went in the real life, and I discovered that in mergings and things like that, 1 and 1, sometimes just 0, sometimes minus as well. And it's a question of power. And here today, it's a totally different game. It's something different. And for me, it's 1 + 1 means really 4. It's for you. It's for surface quality. It's for productivity. And it's for cost saving.
I hope everybody catch that we try to tease you a little bit with the Finish 3D solution. I learned during my 16 years in finishing technology that there is 2 things that are missing for finishing: time and money. So with Finish 3D, what we try to do is to combine 2 finishing experts, Extrude and MMP technology, to be able to reduce the time and to reduce the cost specifically for the additive manufacturing part. This solution is totally customized for volume production. What that means is you will get the best benefit of it if you are doing series production. So let's start now.
So, taking surface finish to a new dimension. So, we have our strength. We can do different things, and we have limitation as well. And here, all together, we will overcome all the limitation. So the goal for us is to take everything from any incoming roughness to the best quality you need.
Some people see us as competitors. That is not the case when we are talking about Finish 3D. We combine the best of the 2 different technologies to be able to take whatever roughness level starting point to whatever finish ending point.
So, what does this mean for you? When we talk about geometry, what kind of geometry could we process?
With Finish 3D, almost any geometry will be able to be processed instead of having the natural limitation of our 2 separate technologies.
Wow, great. So what about the incoming roughness, man? Because
that's the point.
That's
no?
the point.
So if you were taking Extrude technologies, you would have been able to come with a very high roughness, and they will provide a medium low roughness. If you come to MMP technology alone, if you start with a very high roughness, we will be struggling, and at the end of the day, we won't meet your requirement. Now, any roughness starting point will be able to be finished with the new solution that combine both of our technologies.
So, looks too good to be true, but what kind of outcoming roughness then you can achieve?
So, it could be up to 1,000 micro-inch starting point, like for E-beam, for example, and it could be below 1 micro-inch RA as a final finishing.
So then I have a question. It sounds very good, but might cost a fortune, no?
No, it should not. Actually, it should decrease the actual price you have. Now, for sure, it will be a case-by-case study, and I repeat, everything will be linked to the volume you will be able to pass through this new solution. Higher volume, lower cost. Both of our technologies need fixture. So if you want to amortize those fixtures, it's better to do large volume than unique parts.
So the other point is, as we talk about fixture, for example, we know it takes time. So when we talk about delivery time, lead time for this process, Finish 3D, so I think there's a huge expectation in the additive manufacturing, being fast. So what could we do with Finish 3D then?
We can't compress the time. the time of our both technology will be the same. But the difference will be that we'll be engineered the flow in the proper way that we will be able to decrease and control the time through the technologies. That, again, the reason why single part project will be very tricky with this new solution. More flow you will have, better consistency and control time delivery you will get.
Okay. So here we see a tube, and I want to explain a little bit again what would be the benefit of combining the different technologies from MMP and Extrude. So imagine a tube which is about 1/10 of an inch diameter and a curved one. You can still see the lights. If you would process just with MMP technology, you would just remove the secondary roughness, means you will have still some waviness, even if it would be a shiny surface. By combining the technology from both Extrude and MMP, what you will get is a tube where we will have a perfect flatness and also the perfect roughness that you are expecting.
Yeah, that's the good point here. The limitation that was linked to the starting point in an internal passage, because if it was too rough, we would have not been able to reduce all the roughness in those internal passages. By using the extruding technologies, we will be able to break this high level of roughness, and after using the MMP, getting the very smooth level that you are looking for. Again, we engineer those processes. That means it's not just 1 + 1. We create teams that intricate together to be able to be sure that the project management for your request will be followed as quick and as good as possible.
So this is, I think, the first time in the finishing industry that we can see two key players joining force to offer you the best. This is really important. And again, so from our Extrude side, we will bring to the table a well-known process, which is abrasive flow machining, with the benefits you can get from this process, but of course some limitation. We will have also CoolPulse, which is a technology electrochemical machining process-based, and where we can process and improve the surface inside passages and outside of a part. And we have even microflow for the very, very thin holes. So we bring this on top of MMP.
Yeah. And here it's the good point. Today, when you go for an IFM system alone and you want to finish your part with, quite often the removal of material is either too much or not consistent. With MMP, same thing. If you ask me to decrease a very high level of roughness to a very low level of roughness, I will have to remove a lot of material. By combining our technologies, AFM will stop much earlier than what they do today, removing just the minimum amount of material to keep the roughness to a level where MMP, that is known to don't remove a lot of material, will keep this amount in a very, very low level range. So it's a new way of finishing with one goal: better consistency, less removal material, quicker delivery.
So we talk about quick delivery, so let's take it easy. Sit back and relax. This is really the motto of this Finish 3D. What would be delivered in terms of strategy, finishing strategy, because we need to define this.
So that's the good point. When you will come to one of our company, as you will see at the end of the presentation, you will have an expert that will manage for you the best strategy of the finishing. That means he will tell you, hey, no, just do the extruding system, or just do the MMP, or no, now you need to do the Finish 3D, because all the different parameters are the one that will deliver to you the best solution. So the efficiency of our strategy is linked and based on the knowledge of our team on each different technologies.
And obviously, when we talk about efficiency like this, and a good combination of experts to give you the right things at the right moment. One of the outcomes when we talk about time is
saving.
Yeah, for sure. We will reduce the time for you.
Not sure that the time will be saved from a standard point of view, but if you come to us in 2 different time, you will save time to come to us with the finished 3D because we will engineer internally what is the best solution instead of you losing the time to try to save the best solution.
So one of the other things also we finish 3D is we have a lot of customers who come to us and ask, yes, but could I get already an idea of what would be the results? And in this age of everything is digital, everything can be simulated, what do we do with finish 3D?
So that's another point. As we have done a lot of data tests and data internally, we can simulate the amount of material that will be removed, the amount of time that it will be needed, and also what kind of fixture system and package we will need. So we can simulate and guarantee to the customer the result that we will deliver.
And as an outcome for the customer, I think if you understand that we have the best strategy, we then save time for you, we have a simulation. So when we look at the projects that you bring to us, this brings us to the point that
we have the best chance of success by sharing the experience and all the different data we have. That's the best way for us to answer to your needs. Doesn't mean we will solve 100% of the problem, but we will better together solve the issue you have instead of trying to do on our own when finished 3D is the real solution.
We have seen since now a lot of prototyping topics, projects, and now we start to see some production projects, volume production starting to come to life. When we see Finish 3D and the perspective of this volume production, what would be the impact for our customers?
So it's absolutely clear that if you have a volume production, the Finish 3D will be the best way to control the time and to control the cost. So for sure, if you are talking about a single part or a prototyping part, you can continue to use both of the technology as you wish. Finished 3D in that case will be certainly not the most efficient one. But if you are producing 1,000, 10,000, or even 100,000 of parts, Finished 3D will be the best answer to guarantee your flow of production.
So now what we have learned about all the many benefits that we can get out of Finish 3D, the question next is, how can I get access to Finish 3D?
So that's the point. When we started our partnership to see how we can leverage our technology with a specific design to the additive manufacturing, we said we need to be sure that the customer, where it is located, will have only one single point of contact. So you can either ping your Extrude contact or your MMP technology local provider, and we will organize the full flow of development and project management for you. It will be totally transparent for you, and you will have only this single point of contact. That could be either a binkindustry.com, that is the mother company of the MMP technology contact, or an Extrude contact. Today, Finish 3D is available in North America and Europe. Soon in Asia, but still not yet.
Couple of months to go.
Maybe
so. More.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Hope you enjoy our beautiful French accent. And now, if you have questions, we are happy to answer.
Okay. Any questions? Yeah.
Any questions?
Oops. Maybe
I think you
bring
you the microphone.
Hold on.
Okay, so are you going to have both technologies at each location, or is this going to require shipping parts back and forth between the facility that has Extrude Hone versus MMP?
So, if I answer for USA, we choose to start with our actual location. MMP is located in Cincinnati. Extrude is in Pittsburgh. So he will be driving from one plant to the other one. In Europe, same thing. We are located in France. They are located in France and Germany. So it will be very easy shipping. So the starting point will be, as you said, a transportation between the two different companies.
But we take care.
Yes. Later on, we will see if we can have both technology in each of the plants, but it's not for today.
As far as the size limitations, like MMP previously, I understand there were, essentially a VAT type size limitation of about 1 meter by.
So actually, we have a customized machine that can go up to 1.4 meter diameter, 70 inch for the American. So we have a larger machine that is covering, I think, almost all additive part size.
And how high?
So the highness today will be a maximum of 350 millimeter.
Other questions? Come on, come on.
Come on.
So if you want to see...
You guys mentioned savings. Can you talk about sort of the range of savings people could expect to see?
That's a good
one. Huh?
So I will not tell someone today that you will be saving X, Y, Z, but we built the full process to be sure that the 20% should be at least what we can save compared to using both different technologies. Now, it could be much more, again, because it's linked to the case. That means the shape of the part, the material, which technology was used to build it, because the roughness starting point is not the same.
Other questions? I got one way over there. In the meantime, you guys mentioned materials. Works on all, give a little more detail on the materials.
So the finished 3D will be able to work on any material, at one exception. It's the natural diamond. But anything else will be able to be finished. For sure, it's much more adapted for metal part than for plastic part, just because of the structure of the part itself.
Yes, have you done any studies on the effects of surface wear after your process, or fatigue and damage tolerance?
So
you are talking about which process? AFM is well known since years.
Yeah, so AFM has been qualified, for example, in aerospace since the 60s, so we are definitely documented applications.
Well, the combination, the process?
So the combination process is already used. That means we launch finished 3D today, but we have one big OEM that uses for 3,000, 5,000 pieces per year, where we already combine both of our technology. MMP is also certified for aeronautic flying hardware, for implants, for nuclear. So both technology has its own data. Using our technology one after the other one don't change anything about the result.
Thanks. Great. Thanks. Any other questions? All right, well, let's hear it for Laurent Cataldo and Bruno Butotan from Finish 3D.
Thank you. Come to visit us on our booth. You will see the parts that were finished with Finish 3D. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Laurent.
Have a good one.
Good one. Thanks, you gents.